sack at the end of the game, they call him for roughing the passer, so it extends the drive and you're able to get off the field. What did you think of that play? Had you been lobbying or asking for some late hits there?
I don't throw the flags.
Wow, is that man a pro? Referee Jerome Boger explained it this way. What I had was the defender grab the quarterback while he was still in the pocket and unnecessarily throwing him to the ground. That is what I was making my decision based upon. Dan, I'll start with you. You played the quarterback position. Was this a bad call?
Oh, it was an awful call. And it was a call that the NFL has allowed since the Saints-Rams playoff game. And it's an NFL issue. We are at a time in the NFL where, one, we have technology and the ability to see if a call is correct or not in the time. We've had 4 years to figure this out. This is an NFL problem that they haven't rectified. I feel like this is a knee-jerk reaction or an overreaction, this call specifically to the Tua hit from Thursday Night Football against that Cincinnati Bengals, where it's a very similar play and a flag wasn't thrown. My point is this. One, we should not be having these subjective calls being made by a single person, because if this was the NFC title game, it ruins the season. If the Falcons lose the NFC South by a game, it's going to be because of this call that we can point back to. The Tua injury situation happens. The NFL and the NFLPA looked at the protocol set in place and said they're not good enough right now. We're not doing this the right way. And they fixed them and changed them for this past weekend's games. My problem with the wording is, well, he unnecessarily flung him. Well, Tom Brady, the force that's needed to fling Tom Brady to the ground is different than it's needed for Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. They're different type of players. So for Boger to make that call and say it's a subjective call, the NFL needs to get this is an NFL problem.
There's no doubt this is the residual of the Tua situation and how we all talked about it. I mean, and then the exact same form of the tackle, what they're trying to take out is just slinging someone to the ground and them hitting their head like Tua did. And trust me, every ref's going to be making that call here. I think it's absolutely the wrong call yesterday. I think it's absolutely the wrong call moving forward. But they're going to make that call right now with what we just saw went through Tua. Yeah, we can talk about how we know how important games are. So we talk about, it's an important game, and it is an important game. But they're going to protect the quarterbacks now, guys. And I don't know. Is this on us? Is this on us? That's what I'm about to say. Is this on us? Is this on us? That's what I'm about to say.
Molly, yes, we want to be cautious, especially after what happened to Tua. But this isn't the same thing. And the problem with Tua wasn't the initial call. It was the fact they let him play again after he was walking the way he was. If we start calling every game like someone's going to get a concussion, people are going to lose games because of bad calls, just like this. And our response can't be, well, it's okay because we're being cautious.
It's on us because we put such a light on it when it happens, and we talk about it. And the NFL
we talk about the seriousness of CTE and things like that, right?
If Tom Brady has any CTE from that play, it's going to be from the call, not the fact that he was thrown down. Get out of here.
Throw the flag completely to err on the side of caution.
But look at it.
But then you have that sky judge ahead, and you go, no, it's just a truth.
I'm with you on that.
I'm cool with throwing the flag and trying to protect the quarterback and all that, and then rectifying it.
But do your due diligence.
I'm appalled by what I saw for several reasons. Number one, what else is a defender supposed to do? Right. He didn't lead with his helmet.
Right.
Okay? He didn't hit him too low. Okay? Snap his leg in half or something like that. Put his shoulders on him. He grabbed him around the waist, swung him around, flung him to the ground. His head did not hit the turf. There was no head contact whatsoever, head-to-head contact whatsoever. So in that regard, you protected the quarterback. I find this to be one of the most egregious calls I've ever seen on a National Football League field. It was disgusting. And if you are any elite defensive player, I mean, it's almost to the point where they should line up on Park Avenue and protest outside of the NFL office what you're doing to compromise defenses in the National Football League. I mean, what do you expect them to do when they can't do that? When they can't make a play like that. Right. You're talking about they're down 21-0. They come back, go for the 2-point conversion, ends up scoring 2 touchdowns with the 2-point conversion. They're within 6. That was a third down. You stop them, Tampa Bay has to punt. You get the ball back. You already got the momentum having drastically shifted in your direction. It's very probable that you could have ended up marching downfield and winning the damn football game with a touchdown based on what we saw transpiring in the fourth quarter. So you probably cost them the game, but it's more egregious than that too because of the points that I brought up. You don't make a call like that because you're not taking into consideration a defensive play at all.
Right.
And the compromising position you put him in. You're going through an offensive lineman. You're going around him to get to the quarterback. You still got contact. Anything could happen to you if you lay off. And by the way, had you not swung him around and put him to the ground, Tom Brady could have gotten loose and threw a pass to get a first down.
That has happened before.
That has happened before. Okay,
Totally.
So you got that as a problem. And I'm not going to lie to you. And some people are going to look at me and say I'm utterly crazy for saying this. But I'm pretty damn ashamed of Tom Brady, too. Because Tom Brady looked at the ref and was looking for a call.
Right.
Where's the call? I mean, I know win at all costs, but damn. Talk about taking the competitive fervor out of the mix. Win fairly. What you looking for the referee for? You Tom Brady, you're a 7-time champion. You know what kind of things that you've endured throughout these years in the league. What the hell are you looking at the official call to make a call on that play?
Yeah.
On that play. Next time, what about the defender that says, I'm just going, you know what, they're going to take me out anyway. I'm just going to take this dude out. I'm not talking about Tom Brady. Right. I'm talking about anybody. You're going to do this to me anyway, so I might as well just take him out. There's a lot of things that could happen to a quarterback inside that pocket when you got an oncoming pass rusher like that. To sit up there and look to the referee for assistance on a play like that, you are completely compromising defenses. Listen, Ray Lewis has complained about this for years, along with a multitude of other defensive players. This is their greatest point ever. That's one of the most awful calls I've ever seen on an NFL field.
Injuries in any sport are unpredictable. They can happen at any time, so making a call based on a specific injury that happened previously is never going to work, especially in the NFL. You can put rules in place that help prevent injuries, but if a rule hasn't been made, you can't just make calls based on something that happened earlier in the season. If the rule hasn't changed, the call has to stay the same. That's how you protect the integrity of the game. So the fact that they just said, well, Tom Brady, we'll give it to you because did you see what happened to Tua? That's not how it's supposed to work. Yeah, you can be more cautious. You can try to help players, but that should happen after the injury has occurred. The problem for Tua took place after the call was made, when they saw how he looked and continued to have him play in the next game. That was the issue, not the call. But let me know in the comments what you guys think of Tom Brady and that ridiculous call. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more content just like this, and I will see you in the next upload.